Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem. So this is the continuation of lesson number 7. Okay, keep on learning this thing also. As-sabi' means the seventh. Okay, ad-dars as-sabi'. So we already have 2 lessons, and that is alamatul ism. So this will be the 3rd recording for the same alamatul ism. So we discussed that ism, a confirmed sign of the ism is that it has to have alif lam, and then tanween, and alif lam and tanween cannot coexist. Okay, if you say al-kitabu and you want to bring tanween on it, so you will say remove the alif lam and you will say kitabun. Another sign was that harf jar, it will be preceded by harful jar, which means harful jar will be before it. And so harful jar, باء تاء كاف لام واو منذ مثخلة رب حاشا من عدا في عن على حتى إلى. These 17 letters. If you see them, then you close your eyes and the kalima after these huruf will be what? It will be ism. They can never come before a fa'il or before a harf. And the 4th sign was tasniya. Like for example, rajulani, waraqani. A fa'il is only one. There is no tasniya for the fa'il or harf. Like tasniya means like dual. Al-jam'a, plural. Plural is only for the ism. It cannot be for the fa'il. And then we discussed in detail last time al-mudhaf. Okay, mudhaf is that when you link 2 kalima together, and one is the owner or some other thing, he is in position of something from the other. For example, you say غُلَامُ زَيْدٍ. Okay, the servant of Zaid. Okay, so Zaydin is called mudhafun ilayh and ghulam is called mudhaf. This ghulam, which is mudhaf, this will be always an ism. Okay? Or for example, you say kitabu Zaydin. So the first one, which is mudhaf, it will never have alif lam or tanween, and that's called mudhaf. And mudhaf, to be a mudhaf is a sign of ism. Mudhafun ilayh also most of the time is ism, but not 100% of the time. So we only focus on those things which are 100%. And the 7th one, asta al-marbuta, which is the ta, the gold ta. Okay, like a dharibatun, akilatun, salihatun. This is the sign for the ism. And atta mabsuta, the open one, sakina, is a sign of fa'il. Okay, we did the 7th. Okay, so now I think we did the 8th one also, right? Al-mawsuf. Okay, mawsuf is that one kalima describe the other. Like for example, if you say rajulun alimun, rajulun alimun. So rajulun is mawsuf, alimun is sifat. In Urdu and in English, the sifat come first. Okay, like for example, you say good man. So good come first and man come later. But in Arabic it's the opposite. Okay, rajulun salihun. So mawsuf come first and sifat come after. This mawsuf is a sifat, is a characteristic of the ism. Okay, it can be sifat, can be ism too, but not always. So rajulun alimun. So sifat mawsuf is a sign of the ism. Okay, to be mawsuf. The 9th one is called al-munada. Al-munada means the thing that you call. You call to that person. Okay, isko आवाज देते हो. So why will you call to the fa'il? Okay, why will you call to the harf? It makes no sense. So you call, like for example, you say ya Zaidu. So this is calling. So this ya is called harf nida, and Zaid is called munada. Okay, so this munada that you bring harf nida and it will be always an ism. Okay, ya rajulu, ya waladu, ya Allahu. So if suppose there is, you look at the meaning or you look at the harf nida before a kalima, so it means it is what? It is ism, munada. Okay. The 10th one is called al-Musaghar. Al-Musaghar mean when you make a noun, when you diminish a noun, you bring it, you make it short. Okay. Like for example, abdun mean a servant. And if you make it a small servant, it will be what? Ubaydun. Okay. Rajulun. Rujaylun. Small man. Okay. Kitabun. Kutaybun. Okay, small book. So this musaghar, you don't do it for the fail or for the harf. Whenever you see there is a kalima which is musaghar, and how will you name musaghar? 90% of the time it will be on the wazn of fu'ailun. Okay, like rujaylun, fudailun, su'aybun, kutaybun, ubaydun, 90%. Sometimes it will, there is a couple of other ones also, but they are not very famous. Like for example, one of the Sahabi whose name was Julaybib. So that is Fu'ailil. Fu'ailil is also Fu'ail, Fu'ailil, and Fu'ailil. These are the three famous awzan of Musaghar. But the most common one that you remember is Fu'ail. Okay, or Rujail. Musaghar is a sign of ism. Okay. Then 11th sign of ism is mansoob. Mansoob is from nisbat, relationship. That you say that man is Makkiyun, Madaniyun, Lahoriyun, Baghdadiyun. So that ya mushaddada you bring at the end. But not always. For example, a person who is from Dihli, so you don't say Dihliyun. What you say? Dihlawiyun. Okay? So there are a couple of exceptions, but the most common one is what? That you add a ya mushaddada at the end. Madaniyun. Okay? So this is called what? Mansoob. Okay? Al-Mansoob. That you are nisbat, like a relationship to Medina. So this Madaniyun will be always ism. Baghdadiyun, Makkiyun. Okay? So Mansoob, ismi Mansoob. These are called ism Mansoob. Madani mean it is mansoob to Medina. It is related to Medina. And the last one of the 12th is called al-Musnad ilayh. Okay? Musnad ilayh. समझ गए मेरी बात? Okay, किधर है microphone आपका? Okay, so now go ahead and these 11, there is some detail in the 12. That al-Musnad ilayh, there is some detail. So let's see how many you remember. Battery पका छोड़ था. Out of the 11, how many you know? Bolo. Out of the 11 just mentioned randomly, how many you know?
So alif lam, then tanween, then harf jar, dukhul harf jar, then tasniya, then al-jama', then al-muzaf, then al-mawsuf, and then al-musaghar, and then al-mansoob. Al-mansoob. And
ये तो आपने सारे बता दी, एक रह गया. Which one? Al-Munada.
التاء مربوطة.
Al-Munada.
المنادى and التاء مربوطة.
क्या?
تاء مربوطة.
تا مربوطة.
जी.
ये तो आपको सारे याद हो गए.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
Very good. So you both also know? हाँ, चलो तुम भी ट्राई करो ताकि पक्के हो जाए. हाँ.
अलिफ लाम दुखूल हर्फुल जर तनवीन जमा तस्निया المضاف الموصوف التاء المربوطة المنادى and المنادى and المصغر and المنصوب.
Mansoob. ये तो बहुत ज़बरदस्त. It's very good. I'm very happy that you know all these things. Okay, it's very good. So now look, this musnad ilayh, आपकी नींद पूरी हो गई? Okay, थोड़ा जागो अभी. हाँ, तो ये the musnad ilayh has a little bit detail. So you pay attention to it because this will bother you all the time if you don't understand it very good. Okay, so now look, as I told you before, that there are separate lessons on these topics. But when it come here, like musnad ilayh, I cannot just tell you musnad ilayh. So but to explain to you, there are two other lessons that I have to take the highlights from that to just tell you what musnad ilayh is. So when we go to that, you will already know a little bit, okay? So what is musnad ilayh? So look here. Like for example, we say murakkab, all right? So when you bring together, when you add together the kalima, they make what? Murakkab. If that murakkab, the sami become mutmain from it, so that murakkab is called
مركب تام
murakkab tam. And if the sami is not mutmain from it,
مركب ناقص
murakkab naqis. All right? Okay. Now this murakkab tam is also called jumla. Murakkab tam is also called jumla or a sentence. Okay, murakkab tam is called jumla. Now we did not go further. We stop right here. So here, now to give you the concept of musnad ilayh, I have to go further. This jumla in Arabic is of two kinds. One is called jumla insha'iyya, and the other is called jumla khabariyya. Okay, khabar mean news, insha mean creation. Ansha'a yunshi'u insha mean to bring something, to give wujud, existence to something. So insha'iyya mean that you, by this jumla, by this sentence, you are giving wujud, existence to something which is not already existing. Okay? Like for example, you tell somebody, izhab, go. Izhab, go. So look, your chalna hai, the going is not in existence. You are bringing it in existence through this izhab. So there are 10 kinds of jumla insha'iyya, none of our business tonight. You only that much is enough for tonight. Okay? That jumla is of two kinds. One is jumla insha'iyya and one is called jumla khabariyya. I give you just a word, two words about jumla insha'iyya ताकि आपके जहन में कोई शक न रहे. Jumla insha'iyya, like for example, amar, nahi, and this kind of thing, we have separate lesson on it. Now, jumla khabariya means that you give the news to somebody that something has happened or something will be happening. So, jumla khabariya is of two kinds. One is called ismiya khabariya and one is called fi'liya khabariya. Okay? Ismiya khabariya is the one that start from ism. Okay? And fi'liya khabariya is the one which start from fa'il. That's the simple definition. So now look here. Zayd is ism or fa'il? Ism. And alim is ism. But the alim does not have to be ism all the time. So in jumla ismiya khabariya, there will be two ingredients. The first one is called mubtada. Mubtada is from ibtida, which means the jumla starting from it. And after the mubtada, the next one will be called khabar. Now, khabar can be an ism or it can be a fa'il. And as I told you, fa'il is always a jumla. Because fa'il has to have a fa'il, and fa'il become what? A jumla. So, look, like for example, you say Zaydun alimun. So, Zaydun is what? Mubtada. And alimun is what? Khabar. But sometimes it can be a fa'il. Like for example, you say Zaydun dwaraba. You say Zaydun dwaraba. Zayd is what? Marfu lafzan mubtada. Dwaraba is fa'il, and every fa'il need a fa'il, and the fa'il must come after the fa'il. Okay? So we have to look for a zamir. So Zaydun dwaraba huwa. And huwa is raja toward Zayd. आप समझ गए मेरी बात? So look here, the khabar is what? It is fa'il. समझ गए मेरी बात? Right? Yes or no? Yes, right? Okay. So now, what is the conclusion? That jumla khabariya is of two kinds. ले लो microphone ले लो. Jumla, बोलो. Jumla khabariya is of two types. One is jumla ismiya khabariya.
and one
Say?
is jumla ismiya khabariya
And the other is
jumla fa'liya khabariya
खबरिया नहीं बोलना है, अंग्रेजी उर्दू नहीं है, अरबी है, खबरिया.
khabariya
ठीक है ना? फ़िअलिया
khabariya
खबरिया. So what is the definition of ismiya khabariya?
It starts with the
Ism. And that ism which is in the beginning is called what?
mubtada
Mubtada. And the next part will be khabar. Khabar, right? Okay, fi'liya khabariya start from what?
فعل
Fa'il. Okay, and then after fa'il, you will have definitely what?
فاعل
Fa'il. And maf'ul, yeah, plus minus. Sometimes you will need maf'ul, sometimes not. So the structure. Okay, fi'liya khabariya, fa'il, fa'il, maf'ul, ismiya khabariya, mubtada and
خبر
khabar. Mubtada and
Khabar.
khabar. Bas, abhi kam aasan ho gaya. If you know this much, now look here. The remaining is easy. Now look here. You make analysis of this sentence. And if somebody asks you about whom we are we talking about alim? Are we talking about Zaid? Zaid. Okay? So look, remember this thing. In Urdu, I tell you simple, and then I translate in English. Simple definition of musnad ilayh is जिसके मुताल्लिक बात हो रही हो. बस ये simple definition है. And the simple definition of this is musnad ilayh. And the simple definition of musnad is वो बात. क्या बात हो रही है? You understand what I'm saying? So musnad ilayh is the one about whom we are talking. And musnad is what? The talk. Musnad is the talk. So in ismiya khabariya, mubtada will always be musnad ilayh. Khabar can never become musnad ilayh. You understand what I'm saying? And mubtada will be always ism also. So look, in the 12 signs of ism, we could have added one what? Mubtada. Because mubtada will be always ism. But look, in fi'liya khabariya, fa'il is the musnad ilayh. Fa'il is what? Musnad ilayh. And this will be always ism. So by saying musnad ilayh, we cover both. Mubtada and fa'il. Mubtada and fa'il. So look, dwaraba zaidun amran. About whom we are talking? Zaid. Zaid did the action. Okay? And what we are talking, what is the talk? Dwarb. Okay? So, in ismiya khabariya, about whom we are talking is what? Mubtada. And in fi'liya khabariya, about the king that we are talking about him is who? Fa'il. And fa'il and mubtada, they will be always ism. And since about them we are talking, they are called musnad ilayh. They are called what? Musnad ilayh. So in ismiya khabariya, what will be the musnad?
مبتدا
Now, what will be the musnad?
ومسند
Khabar.
خبر
Okay, musnad ilayh. Remember, the long names mean they are boss, like mudafun ilayh. So mudafun ilayh is the boss, right? Kitabu Zaydin. So Zayd is mudafun ilayh. Musnad ilayh is the boss, and musnad is the tail. It is the leftover. So now, fi'l can never become musnad ilayh. And harf can never become
مسند إليه
musnad ilayh. And ism can become musnad ilayh also and musnad also. But we didn't say in the alamat of ism that ism sign is musnad. Why? Why we didn't add musnad also as a sign of ism? Because fi'l can also become musnad. आप समझ गए मेरी बात की नहीं? दोबारा बताता हूँ. देखो, ज़ैदुन आलिमुन. और अभी से तरकीब शुरू करो. Okay, इब्तिदा. Okay, do the तरकीब. Tarkib is the key to learn Arabic. Okay, Zaydun, marfu, lafzan, bolo na?
مرفوع لفظا
Mubtada.
مبتدا
Marfu, lafzan,
مبتدا
alimun,
مرفوع لفظا
khabar.
خبر
Khabar. Okay, mafzu. Okay, so Zaydun, marfu, lafzan, mubtada. Alimun, marfu, lafzan,
خبر
khabar. Zayd is what? It is an ism. Alimun is what? It is an ism. Zayd is what? It is musnad ilayh. And mubtada. And alimun is what? It is musnad and khabar. So you see, both are ism. So musnad, ism can become musnad also and
مسند إليه
musnad ilayh also. But fi'l cannot. Like for example, if you say Zaydun dwaraba. Zaydun dwaraba. So Zaydun is mubtada and musnad ilayh. Okay, and fi'l is what? It is musnad. Right? And khabar. Right? Now, this dwaraba can never become musnad ilayh. Okay? It can never become musnad ilayh. And it can never become mubtada. So remember about this, these three things you remember for mubtada all the time. Mubtada will be always in the beginning of Jumla Ismiya. It will be an ism. It will be musnad ilayh, and it will be always in Rafa. It will be
always in
Rafa. Okay? And khabar, it can be ism or it can be fail, and it will be what? Musnad. Okay? So, musnad, to be musnad ilayh is a alamat of the ism. Okay? And in Jumla Ismiya, what is musnad ilayh?
The first word.
In Jumla Ismiya, mubtada.
Mubtada.
Okay? And in Jumla Fi'liya, what is the musnad ilayh? Fa'il. Okay. So now instead of saying fa'il and mubtada, we just give one number to it, musnad ilayh. आप समझ गए ना मेरी बात? हाँ? Okay. So this is what the about this is a difficult concept, but I give you easy. So that is why it looks so always what musnad ilayh is a sign of what? Okay. Now you might come. There are three things that you memorize it as a bunch. Okay, and this one is ismi ishara, one is ismi mawsool, right, and one is ismi zamir. These three things are what? All these three things are mabni, mean their end never change with the amil, and all these things are ma'rifa. आप समझ गए ना? And all these three things are what? They are ism. So whenever you see ismi ishara, ismi mawsool, ismi zamir, they will be always what? Ism. And they're not going to have any of these signs. Like for example, hadha is ismi ishara. But it is why it is ism? Because it is ismi ishara. There will be no sign of it. Tilka, dhalika, ulaika, haulai. These are all ismi ishara. Okay, ismi mawsool, like alladhi, alladhina, allati, allatani, allati. These are called ismi mawsool. Why? Because they are followed by sila. Alladhi kafara. So alladhi is mawsool and kafara is sila. So all ismi mawsool are what? Ma'rifa, mabni and ism. All ismi ishara are what? Ma'rifa, mabni and ism. And all ismi zamir, huwa, huma, hum, ha, kum, ka, ki, ta, ti. All ismi zamir are what? They are marifa, mabni and ism. Ye baat abhi se pakki yaad karo, so you're not going to suffer in the future. So now this is what he's saying. That look, al zama'ir, al asma'i mawsula, and al asma'ul isharat. They are what? They are ism, even if they don't have any sign of ism. समझ गए मेरी बात? ये बात हो गई? Okay. कितना वक्त रहता है? आगे जाते हैं. तो चलो इधर देखो थोड़ा सा. हाँ. Now, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Give it to ये आज नहीं बोला है ये लड़का. हाँ. Okay, let's start from Alhamdu. Alhamdu is ism, fail or harf. इधर देखो मेरी तरफ क्यों देख रहे हो? इधर देखो. इधर देखो. Alhamdu. नजर नहीं आ रहा है?
आ गया.
नहीं नजर आ रहा है.
जी आ रहा है.
आ रहा है ना?
जी.
हमें छुपा रहा हूँ नीचे के वो नकल नहीं नजर तो आ रहा है ना? अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
जी आ रहा है.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. अल्हम्दु से नीचे तो नजर नहीं आ रहा है.
नहीं आ रहा.
Okay, so alhamdu is what?
Ism.
Ism. What is the sign of ism? Alif lam. Okay. Now lillahi. It is ism, fail or harf?
Ism.
Ism. What is the sign of ism?
Jar.
Harf jar. In reality, this is what? Li Allahi. This is what? Li. So वो हमजा spine की तरह था, उसको हमने काट लिया ताकि smooth हो जाए. So we can call hamdatul wasal. So Allah is what? Okay, Rabbil Alameen. So what is Rabb?
Rabb is ism.
Ism. What is the sign of ism here? देखो एक बात याद रखो. सुनो बताओ मत इसको. बताना नहीं है, मेरे सारी एफर्ट पर पानी वो चल रहा है. घर में बताते रहो. Okay, so now look here. Remember, keep this thing in your mind. Ka, ki, ki in Urdu, and O, F in Arabic, in English. These are the signs of what? Mudaf and mudafun ilayh. Okay, Zaid, Ka, Gar, house of the Zaid. Okay, father of Zaid, car of Hudhaifa. Okay, समझे कि नहीं? So now look here. What is the meaning of Rabbul Alameen? What is the meaning of Rabbul Alameen? Huh? Give it to Hudhaifa. What is the meaning of Rabbul Alameen in Urdu?
सारे आलम का रब
तो का की है?
का रब
है ना?
जी
And in English? Lord?
लॉर्ड ऑफ द
हाँ, तो ऑफ है कि नहीं है? तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि Rabbul Alameen is what? Mudaf and?
मुजाफन से
So which one is Mudaf?
मुजाफ आलमी
Mudaf. Rabb है. Mudaf can never have alif lam or tanween. Don't forget this. Mudaf can never have what?
अलिफ लाम एंड तनवीन
And mudaf is the sign of ism or mudafun ilayh.
मुजाफ
So why you say mudafun ilayh then? So Rabb is ism. Why? Because it is what? Why?
मुजाफ
It is mudaf. Okay? And which one is mudafun ilayh?
आलमीन अल
Al-alameen. So al-alameen is ism or it is fa'il?
इसम
So what is the sign of ism in al-alameen?
अल
Alif lam. What is the other sign of ism in al-alameen? It can have more than one sign. Jama. It's plural. समझ गए कि नहीं? तो देखो Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay, now you can look at it. Okay? You can look at it now. Right? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. So what is Ar-Rahman?
इसम
इसको दे दो सैफुल्लाह को. Ar-Rahman.
اسم
Ism. Why? What is the sign of ism?
ألف لام
Alif lam. Huh? Ar-Rahim.
اسم
Why?
ألف لام
Alif lam. ठीक है? So Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim is ism. Maliki Yawmiddin.
مالك يوم الدين is
Maliki Yawmiddin. What is the meaning of Maliki Yawmiddin in Urdu?
माल आखिरी दिन का मालिक आखिरी दिन क्या आखिरी दिन का मालिक
Okay, look here. Rozi Jaza. Okay, नहीं इस तरह होगा. Jaza ki roz ka malik. Right? Jaza ki roz ka malik. So it means that there should be how many mudaf here?
3
Two. Because we have two signs of. You understand what I'm saying? And there can be. So look. So Malik is what? Mudaf. Forget about the deen. You only say, look, Maliki Yawmin or Maliku Yawmin. You understand what I'm saying? So we have the Mudaf, Mudafun ilayh. Malik has no alif lam or tanween. And Yawm is in what? It is in jar. So we have the criteria. So Malik is Mudaf and Yawm is what? Mudafun
إليه
ilayh. Now forget about Malik. And you say Yawmiddin. So this Yawm is Mudaf. And ad-din is mudafun ilayh. So Yom is mudafun ilayh for Malik. And it is mudaf for the
دين
ad-din. Okay? So Malik is ism. Why? It is mudaf.
مضاف
Yom is ism. Why?
مضاف
It is mudaf. And ad-din is ism. Why?
because it's
It is alif lam. Maliki Yom ad-din. आगे जाऊं कि बस करूं? तक गए? Maliki Yom ad-din. हाँ إياك ها what is إياك اسم فعل or حرف فعل हाँ what is the meaning of إياك कब إياك का ये मतलब है मांगते हैं वो देता जोर जोर से हंसा I never heard him laughing in the last month like that चलो आप आज खानदान में मशवरा करो नीलामगर की तरह मशवरा करो إياك तो पूरे कुरान का तर्जुमा मुझे करो ना मैं सिर्फ ईया का तर्जुमा बता रहा हूँ तुम पूरी लंबी कहानी सुना रहे हो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ ईया का नहीं करते कहाँ से आगे हाँ
की
ईया का मीन बस हाँ ओनली आप समझ गए तो नो लोग है लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई से नअबुदु so na'budu mean what we worship. And if we say we worship you, so we should say what? Na'buduka. We worship you. So look, so na'budu is fa'il. Na'budu, we worship. And ka is maf'ul. Okay, na'buduka. But if we say na'buduka, there is no only in it. Khas teri ibadat, wo khas nahi hai na'buduka mein. To bring khas in it, so we cut off this ka from here and we put here. Ka na'budu. But ka cannot exist. It is the mir mutasil. So we have to add iya with it to make it as kalima. Because ka by itself is not a kalima. Aap samajh gaye na? So the maf'ul dhamir we brought in the beginning to that create hasar. Hasar means exclusion of the other. So if somebody say iyyaka na'budu, only you we worship. So where is only? There is no Arabic word only. So you will say the only meaning is because the dhamir we cut off from the end and we put it in the beginning, and that create what? Hasar, exclusion. So iyyaka is a pronoun. It is the ka. So every pronoun is what? Is an ism. Iyyaka. Samajh gaye? Iyyaka. Okay, na'budu.
Fail.
Only fail. Na'budu. What is noon? Yes, jama, dhamir. So every dhamir is what?
Ism.
Fail. Okay? So look, na'budu, fa'il can never come before the fa'il. So noon is not fa'il. It is the alamat of fa'il. Okay? Actually, the actual fa'il is nahnu. Okay? So what is that? Na'budu. Noon represents nahnu, which is after u'budu. Okay? So na'budu, we worship. So we is what? We is ism. Because it is a mir. Okay, iyyaka again is what? Ism. Okay, and nasta'een, the same thing. Okay, it has a noon which represents nahnu as a zamir, which is ism. And ista'een will be what? Fa'il. So we seek help. So we will be what? Ism. समझ गए? ठीक है? Okay, wa akhir da'wan alhamdulillah. आपको तो सब आता है माशाल्लाह. आपने पढ़ा था घर में? वैसे याद आ गया आपको? हाँ? पढ़ा था. तो ये झूठ बोल रहा है.